What's up, Melanated family? This is your boy Harrison from MelanatedFathers.com and Melanated Fathers TV, bringing you the latest news as it pertains to our people. Now, I reported on the story maybe a week ago about a young black kid who was beaten. He was held down by three other white children. One of the white kids was punching him, you know what I'm saying, several times. And basically the end result of that story was the three white kids involved received like 10-day suspensions or something like that. And the biggest reason that we talked about the story was because, you know, in retrospect, if something like that happens to a black child, if a black kid is in a position where they're holding down a white child and they're beating the shit out of them, you know, more than likely they're not only going to be suspended, but there may be some type of expulsion that happens, right? So, you know, we were just speaking on the injustices of that particular situation. Now, more information about the stories came out. The family of the black child plans on suing, or they're considering a lawsuit against the school district, because come to find out there was a window or some way to see what was going on. And, you know, there was a teacher that was possibly there that didn't interact, didn't see what the white children was doing and, you know, step in to help the black kid. So his family is pretty pissed off about that. Another big thing that I wanted to mention today, you know, when we talk about the disparities between how black people are treated and white people are treated, I think to a degree a lot of this starts with our children, right? Because this white kid who was the primary culprit in this violent act that he perpetrated, he has 18 disciplinary referrals to his name, even within. Per this report, it's showing that several of them was like violent encounters, right? So here we have a kid who has a history of violence, some more violence happened, and he just gets suspended. So I think this just goes to show how, you know, I think when we look at some of these mass shootings and white people who go off the deep end and pretty much feel they can do anything to anybody, some of that shit starts with their children. I mean, what type of message are you sending, allowing this kid to not just get away with this incident, but it looks like he has a history of violence, and they're not treating him like they would treat us. He's not going to jail. He's not being considered a criminal, right? If you're black in this country, if you 12, 11, as young as that, they're still considering you a man when you go out into society. And when you do shit wrong, they're still using the full extent of the law against you, right? I mean, when we look at a lot of these incidents where police violence has taken place, Mike Brown, different people like that, these are teenagers. These are pretty much young men. But in the eyes of this system, in the eyes of white supremacy to a degree, once you become a 12, 13-year-old black person, you will be considered a man and treated as such, right? So if all my black parents out there, man, if you have a child that attends an all-white school or a kid that attends a school that's majority white, sit your child down and teach them about how some of these things work. You don't want them to be blindsided and not have a contextual understanding of why, you know, some of this shit may be happening to them. You feel me? So for more stories like this, man, please go to MelanatedFathers.com, Melanated Fathers TV. Hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when new videos drop. I'm gone.